Hello everyone, my name is Ilyas Fikrat and I'm going to introduce my new project, which is Customer Account Banking System. With the help of this project, a user can create a new customer account, update account data, view and manage transaction, check customer account details, and delete the customer account. I will run the application later for you guys, but now I'd like to show you the codes, which is, the function and the functionalities that have been used for this application. This application have lots of functionality and functions, case switch, while loop, if condition, and any other operation. As you can see, first of all, I created the menu, the function menu, so I could display the main menu of my application to the users. And here, if you see, there are little codes in here that is next to every text that needs to be displayed to the users. These codes will change the color of these texts. First of all, this 31 will change the color of this text to red, 32 will change it to yellow, green, and so on like that. After that, there's another function in here that inside that function, I used case switch. In order to perform each one of these options from my main menu, I need to create a case switch for that. For example, if someone wants to create a new customer account, so if they input 1, so they will go to that menu and will create a new, and that will provide the procedures to create a new account. I'm sorry about that. In here, if you see, like for the first choice, that will go to the menu of creating a new account, is a message that if you want to go back to the main menu, press X. I will later explain this. Why did I type this message in here? And after that, you can see there are another functions which are performing some specific operations, like update will update the account's data, transaction will manage transaction, fund will view the information about the customer, delete will delete the customer account, and exit will exit the program for me. But in here, if you see, there's something else. For example, if I mistakenly input a choice which is not in my case switch, like 7, 8, it will come in here in this part and it will give me this message that the input that I gave is an invalid option and doesn't match with these options. So please enter the option again. Again, I called the function in here, so I could recall the function and start from the beginning again. Okay, let's go to our another function. My next function is new account function. In this function, you can create a new customer account into database of this application. First of all, I created a file by name of database.csv that will save the information about my customers in that file. After that, we'll ask the user for the customer's first name. But if you see here, there's an if condition in here. The if condition will check if the input that I'm giving is equal to X, then function menu and function case fund. And what do you think? Why is that? Because I told you earlier that if you want to go back to the main menu, press X. So in here, if I press X or I type X, it will take me back to the main menu. So, for example, if I choose number 1, but suddenly I thought let's do something else. Let's choose another option, so I can easily type X and it will take me back to the main menu, so I could choose another option. If I want to continue, so it will come to this part and I will ask the other inputs, like what's the customer's last name, date of birth, national ID, phone number, email address, country, city, what kind of account you want, saving or current, and please enter the amount that you want to deposit to your account. After giving all the information, providing all the information, it will give me the message that all the information is added to the database. And in here, this functionality will, in here, first of all, in this part, until here, it will generate a unique ID for each customer that I'm adding to the database. For example, when I add a customer to my database, this code will automatically generate a unique ID for that customer. And after that, it will save the information of that customer to this file, database.csv. To database.csv, to this file. But if you see, I use the if condition again here, and it will check that if ID, first name, last name, date of birth, national ID, phone number, email address, and so on, if these strings are in the file, do nothing. If they are not, print them for me before giving these informations. So before adding the information into the file, if there's no strings like this in the file, it will going to print it for me. If there is, they will do nothing. If there is not, it's going to print it for me. It's going to put it before the information, so I could easily understand that which part belongs to which part. Like, for example, the name, what is the first name, what is the last name, so I could easily understand that. After that, I used another function. I created another function in here, check function. For example, when you added all the information and all the information is added to the file, to the database, we have to go back to the main menu, right? Or we can, it's optional, we can exit the program and exit the program. So for that, I use this function. At first, it will ask you that if you want to exit the program, type Q. If you want to go back to the main menu, type M. And for that, I used case switch in here. If you type Q, it will exit the program for you, and if you type M, it will take you back to the main menu. But if you give an input which is an invalid option, it will call the function again, and it will start from the beginning again, so I could choose the accurate one, choose the correct one. And the other function is fun, which is the view function. First of all, will clear the screen for me, so I could easily understand everything. I mean, it will clear the whole things that is before this menu, and it will show the menu and in a new window. You will see it when I run the code. Again, in here, if I change my mind and I want to go back to the main menu to choose another option, I can easily type M and go back to the main menu. In here, it will give me the message that please choose the search type. We have two search type. I mean, we can search the customer's account information with these two types, either by ID, either by name. If you see, I use while loop in here. I will explain this later, because if I explain now, it will be confusing a bit, so I will discuss this later. In here, it will ask for the user's input, that which one you want to choose, like to search from ID or search from name. If the input is M, so it will take me back to the main menu. If it's not, it will continue to do the next operations. If I choose, for example, number 1 from the ID, I want to view my customer's account details from the ID. It will ask the ID After asking the input, the ID, it will first, in here print the, I mean the, it will print for me the strings of first ID, first name, last name, date of birth, so I could easily understand that which one belongs to which part. In here, it's going to print me the information about the customer, like his name, his email address, phone number, how much amount that person has in his account, and something like that. Now, it will ask me if you want to quit the program or go back to the previous menu, and it will give me choices in here, like before. And the same thing for the second choice. If I search from the name, it will take an input and it will check here if that name is in database in that file, then go and show me the strings of ID, first name, last name, and these two, so I could easily understand. And in here, grep the variable and the file. This code will going to print for me the information about that customer that I gave in here. The name of that customer. It will give me the information about that customer. Second will ask the same thing and same choices. And if the input that I gave is not in the database file, so it will come to this part and it'll give me this message, sorry, this customer does not have any account. And will ask me if you want to exit the program or go back to the previous menu to run the operation again. Here again, sorry about that. Again, here if the choice that the input that I give is if the input is an invalid input, so it will give me these messages. Now I can explain the while loop for you. In here, in this part, if my input is something which is not in the case switch, which is not in the choices which is not in the choices of the case switch, then that while loop that I used for in the beginning, where's the while loop? This while loop that I used in the beginning will check that if the input that I'm giving is not in the case switch, so it will come to this part and will give me this message that is an invalid input, and please choose the correct option, and it will come run the case switch again for me so I could choose the correct one. I hope you guys understand that. And here's the update function, which was very challenging and very hard. It has a lot of functionalities. In here, it will ask the end user to type the customer's ID. After typing the customer's ID, in here, these two codes or functionality will going to print for me the information about that customer. When the application take the ID, it will come here and check and find the information about that customer, which is that ID is generated to that customer. So that customer information will be shown to us. But if the input is M, so it will take me back to the main menu. And in here, if you see the messages that press R if you want to re-enter the customer's ID. For example, if I mistakenly type the wrong ID, which is not in the database, which is belong to someone to another account, so I can re-enter my ID and re-enter the customer's ID. In here, if the input is equal to R, so run the function update again for me. It will run the function update again from the beginning, so I could type the correct ID. After typing the correct ID or continuing the process, it will come to this part, and first of all it will give me these messages that please choose one of these options to update the name, the date of birth, national ID, phone numbers, email address, country, amount type, account type, and amount. For example, if I choose number one, it will give me this message: what do you want to update, the first name or the last name? Again, I use while loop here again, so it could check that uh, the input that I'm giving is in the case switch or not. If it's not, it's going to run the case switch again for me. After giving the input, like for example number one, the first name, it will ask the user to type the first name. After that, it's going in that name will going to be saved to this file. It will give me this message after that, and it will ask me if you want to quit the program or go back to the update menu again. And these are the choices for that. And number two is like the same as number one. If you want to insert a new last name, so it will take the input, and after that it will save it to that file, to that file and on that account, that ID is generated to that account. And this number two is the same as number one. I mean, it will ask for the new last name, and after taking typing the last name, it will going to save it to this file, to the database, to this file. After saving it will give me this message and ask if you want to quit the program or go back to the previous menu. And here if I type a wrong choice which is not in the case switch, it will come here and give me this message, and after that it will run the case switch again so I could choose the correct one. And the same thing happened to the other functionalities, like for entering a new date of birth, new national ID. It's the same thing that happened to the name and to the name part. All of them are the same. After taking the input, you're going to add it to that file, and that's it. All of them are the same. So I will not focus on that much on this. So in these things, because all of them are the same as like the first part. So I'll go to another function. The next function is transaction function. This function will view and manage transactions. First, it will ask if you want to go back to the main menu, and after that, it will take the ID of that account, ID of my account that I want to manage transaction. If that input is in, it will take me back to the main menu. If it's not, come to this part and print the whole information about my account. After that, it will ask again if you want to re-enter the customer ID. If you're not sure about this, if this account is not yours, so you can re-enter that ID so you could choose the correct one. After that, it will give me three options: deposit, withdraw, and transfer. Again, I use while loop in here, so if there is an invalid input, so take me back to the beginning and choose a correct one. And if the input is equal to R, so please re-enter the ID for me. I mean, it will come back to the main start of the. I mean, we recall the function and we'll go back to the beginning, and it will ask to re-enter the ID's customer. If I, for example, want to deposit amount that I want to deposit to on my account, so for example, if I choose number one, first it will ask how much that I want to deposit. After typing the amount that I want to deposit. In here, current balance, this code will going to check this argument. This argument belongs to the amount in my database. So it's going to check that it will going to check and see how much how much amount that I have in that file. After that, in this code, it's going to do the addition operation. It's going to add the amount that I gave in here to my current balance, to the current balance that I have in my account. So when I give the amount that I want to deposit to my account in here, it's going to add it to my current balance. And after it's going to save it to that file. After saving it, it will give me this message that amount deposit to your account, and it will show me how much my balance is right now, my account balance is right now. This code will show it to me, and after it will give me the message that it was recorded. And the same thing if you want to quit the program or go back to the transaction menu in the beginning to do something else. For example, if I want to do number 2 and withdraw money from my account, it will ask how much you want to withdraw. After that, it will go and check it and take the amount that I have in my account. After that, in here, it will do the operation of subtraction. So I'm withdrawing, so I have to do a subtraction, right? So we'll subtract the amount that I have in my current balance from the amount that I gave right now. I'm going to save it to that database file. After that, it will give me the message that amount is withdrawn from my account and how much my current balance is. This code will show how much balance I have in my account right now. After it will give me this model that was recorded. So same thing again, if you want to quit the program, we'll go back to the main menu. The third choice was like very, complicated and challenging for me. It was very challenging for me. It was very difficult for me to figure it out. First of all, this part will transfer the money between customers and between customers. For example, in here, first it will ask the customer's ID. The customer's ID that I want to the customer that I want to transfer, so it will ask the ID of the customer that I want to transfer the money from my account. After giving the ID, it will check here if that ID is in database. So go and found that the ID, that account and print the name, the first name and the last name of that customer. After printing it, it will ask me how much that I want to transfer. After giving the amount in here, first it will going to check. It will take the amount from the database file. After taking it in here, first it will do the subtraction operation. This code will going to subtract the amount that I gave in here. It will going to subtract that amount from the current balance that I have in my account. So if, for example, if in here I type 20, so it's going to subtract that 20 amount from my account, and in here and save that balance that I have now in my account to that database file. After that, in here, it will go and check this customer. It will go check this customer's ID, the customer that I want to transfer the money. It will check his or her amount, and after that, in here, it will do the operation of addition. It will going to add the amount that I subtracted from my account. It will add it to that customer account that I want to transfer. So basically, in here it will subtract the amount from my account, and in here that amount will be added to that customer to that customer's amount. After that, it's going to save that amount into the database file and give me this output, and after that it will show how much I have, how much balance I have in my account, and how much balance this customer has in his account or her account. After it give me most of the details recorded, and if I want to go back or quit the program. But if in here there's another, is belong to if condition, that if the ID that I gave, if it's not in the database, so it will give me this message that sorry, this customer does not have an account, and I can go back to the menu so I could type accurate ID. The last function that I used for this application is delete. Delete will delete the accounts, the customer's account for me, from my database. First, it will ask the ID of that account that I want to delete. After that, it will come here first. If that input is equal to M, go back to the main menu. If it is equal to D, like I type in this, in this message, that press M to go to main menu and D to delete menu. And if the input is D, so it will come back again to the delete function. For example, when I type the customer's ID, but I'm not sure about that person, so I can type D, so it will take me back to the it will recall the function. It will take me back to the beginning, so I could choose so I could type the correct ID. After taking the correct ID, it's going to print the whole information about that customer. After that, it will come in here and do the functionality of deleting the account from my database file. After I give the ID, from that ID, the customer account which belongs to that ID will be deleted from my file. You will see this soon enough when I run the program in the terminal. After that, it will show the whole list of accounts in my database file, and it will ask if you want to quit or go back to the main menu, and options for that. And after that, in here you can see I called the menu function and case function, so in order to the work. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Hi everyone, it's me again, Ilyas. So now I'm going to run the application for you guys and show how this application works. First of all, let's go and delete the database CSV file, the database of this application. And let's go back to terminal. Now in here, let's create a new account. I don't have any account right now, so let's create a one. If you want to go to the main menu, press X. So if I type X, it will take me back to the main menu to choose another options. Let's choose number one, and let's start. So let's give the first name Ilyas, last name Fikrat. Please enter your date of birth. So 3/13/1998. TTT 104. Phone number 789525829. Email address at hotmail.com. Country, for example, USA. City, New York, for example. What kind of account you want? So definitely saving. Who doesn't want saving, right? And the amount that I want to deposit to my account, let's say for example 48,700. So the information is added. So let's either I can exit the program right now or go back to the main menu. So let's go back to main menu. Let's check the files. So as you can see, this file is created, database.csv. And as you can see, the file is everything is here. All the information that I added in the application, all of them are added in here in this file. As you can see, there is a unique ID for each of them. Like I explained in the codes, every time I run the first choice and add information about the customer's account, it's going to generate a unique ID for each of that customers. And on top of that, because you see there's a strings like ID, first name, last name, and all of them. I explained this too, that I use if condition for them. If these strings are in the file, do not do nothing. If they're not, print them for me before adding this information. So I did the same. So I did the same thing. It added them before adding this information about the customer. So I need one more account. So let's go again and create a new account. Sajjad Samadi. For example, let's say 2/21 1998. National ID 320221. Phone number 78842 let's say for example. Is my d.ug@AUF. Enter the country, for example, Afghanistan. Country, city, Kabul. What kind of account you want? Let's say current right this time. And amount I want to deposit 2000. It's successfully added. So let's go back to the main menu. Let's not check the data again, so we know it will be added automatically. So the next option is update account data. This option will update the account data for me. If I want to back to main menu, I can type M, it will take me back to the main menu. Enter the ID of that customer. So my ID was 1 because mine was first. So as you can see, it also print for me the strings of first name, last name, so I could understand which one belong to which part. But because of because of the space, I guess because of the spaces between each information that I give, there's not so much they're not the same pattern. So in here, if you see, it is written that if you want to re-enter the customer's ID, press R. So if I press R, it will take me back to the beginning of the function, so I could re-enter another ID. So let's type my ID. Please choose one of the options to update. For example, if I want to update something in my account, let's say first name. What do you want to update? First name or last name? I want to update my first name. I want to make it Muhammad Ilyas. So let's record it. You go back to the previous menu and again it will ask for me another ID. So let's say my ID again. I want to change the amount, let's say. So number 8. There's something else in here. If I type something, a choice which is not in here, like 9, invalid input, please choose the correct option again. This is the place that the while loop will work. It will check if the input that I gave, if it is in the choices, so it will do the operation. If it's not, it will ask me again to choose one of them. So let's choose 8. Into the amount, so my amount is right now is 48,700. So let's make it 100 more. Let's record it. So go back to the menu. Let's check again. As you can see, the amount that I updated now is 100. Let's change it because I don't like 100 amount in my account. 40,700. Let's check. Yeah, it's already there, so it's good. We'll press R, go back to the beginning of the function. Let's type 2 in this time. It's going to print for me the information about the Sajada's account, everything about that account. And let's change the amount for this one too. Let's change the email address. Let's say ELYSFEKRET17 @gmail.com. So go back and so as you can see, they have changed. Also, all of them will do the same thing. It will change the phone number, national ID, and the same thing. Let's change the amount into the command, for example, and the amount. Let's make it 3,000. And ID, yeah, it's 3,000. Let's change the country. You have to check what you want to update, the country or the city. Let's say I want to change the city. Country is new city. Las Vegas, for example. Let's record it. You back to the main menu and ID again. Let's change the account type this time. Let's make a saving. Save, so press R to back to the main menu, to the previous menu, and end main menu. View and manage transaction. This will allow me to manage transaction of my account. First, it will ask me that enter the ID of my account. So my account ID was 1. It's going to print for me the information about my account. And it will give me 3 options. You want to deposit, withdraw, or transfer money. So let's start from the first. I want to deposit. Enter the amount that you want to deposit. Like I have 48,700, so let's make it 100 more. So my amount is now, my current balance is 48,800. 100 more is added to my account. Let's go to the previous menu and type 1 again. Let's withdraw some money. Let's withdraw 5. My account is now 40,795. Let's type T, go to the previous transaction menu and ID again. Then my account now has 40,795. Or to take the ID again, and this time let's type Sajada's ID. So it's going to print Sajada's whole information, and let's transfer money this time. Now the transfer is my favorite one because it was take lots of time to make it be operational. It will ask enter the customer's ID. It will ask for me the ID of the customer that I want to transfer the money from my account. So I only have 2 data in my file. So let's say 1. It's going to print for me my name, my full name, Muhammad Ilyas Fikrat. Enter the amount you want to transfer to the Muhammad Ilyas Fikrat. Let's say Sajad has 3,000. Let's say 1,000 I want to transfer to Ilyas's account. Now my account, my current balance is 2,000, and Ilyas and Sajad's current balance is 2,000. My balance is 49,795. See? Let's go back to the main menu. Check customer's account details. It will show me the customer's account details by 2 choices. The first one by ID is going to show me, and 2 by name. Let's type 1 into the ID. It's going to show me the whole information about my account. Let's type V. If I type 2 from name, let's write Sajad. It's going to print information about Sajad, the whole information about his account. Just type V again, go back to the previous menu, and go back to the main menu. And finally, delete. Delete will delete the accounts, the customer's account for me. If I type 5, in here you can easily go back to the main menu and run the option again, so I could change the ID. For example, let's delete suggest account. So first it's going to show the information about that account, and after that it will delete it, and it will show the whole list of customers in my data. So the only one customer left, which is mine. I can type M, go back to the main menu, and 6 to exit the program. Let's go on the file and check the file, is it really deleted or not. See, there's only one account, which is mine, and so that account is deleted. In the same amount, same things. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Have a great day.